Look, most people are afraid of credit cards, and for good reason. They think about debts, extremely high interest rates, a financial prison from which they can't escape. And let me tell you something, they are somewhat right. Most people, due to lack of knowledge, use the credit card incorrectly, and in doing so, are giving their money away to the bank. But what if I told you that the credit card is not the enemy? That it's not a trap, but a tool. In fact, it is such a powerful tool that if you use it intelligently, the bank will end up paying you. Yes, you heard that right. They will pay you for using their card. Today, I am going to reveal the secret that banks don't want you to know. We will demystify every concept, from payments to the famous credit score. I will give you the complete guide so you can master this game. Stay until the end, because I promise you will see this piece of plastic in a totally different way. The great myth. The credit card. Friend or foe? The first thing we need to understand is that the credit card itself is neither good nor bad. It is a tool, like a hammer. You can use the hammer to build a house, to repair something that broke, or you can use it to hit your foot. Whose fault is it if you hit your foot? The hammer's? No, it is the person who used it poorly. The bank's business is based on your mistakes. They give you a card, but their business model is that you make errors. They want you to fall behind on payments, to pay only the minimum, to go into debt with absurd interest rates. That is why they offer you so many benefits, why they give promotions, and tell you that you have a pre-approved line of credit. They want you to fall into the trap because every time you pay interest, they earn. But today, we're going to turn the tables. You're going to learn to use the hammer to build your future, not to hurt yourself. Knowledge is power, and the secret is that there is no secret. There is only information you need to know that most people ignore: the anatomy of a credit card. To master the game, you need to know the rules. Let's go back to the basics. There are 3 concepts you must understand very clearly. Credit limit. This is the maximum amount of money the bank lends you. It's like your playing field. If your limit is $1,000, you cannot spend more than that. But here's an important point. Having $1,000 doesn't mean you have to spend it. The billing date and the payment date. This is the most important to understand. The billing date is when the bank summarizes all your purchases for the month. The payment date is when you have to pay everything you spent. The time between these 2 dates, which is about 20 to 30 days, is what we call the grace period. During this time, the money you've already spent remains in your account. It's your money, and you can use it for whatever you want. And most importantly, if you pay your entire bill during this period, you won't pay a single cent of interest. The interest rate, APR, the famous APR. It is the annual cost of borrowing. If you miss the payment date, the bank will charge you a very high percentage on the unpaid balance. In Latin America, credit card interest rates can reach 40%, 50%, or even higher. It's crazy. The minimum payment. This is the bank's biggest bait. They tell you, just pay 2% of what you owe and that's it. If you owe $1,000 and pay $20, you feel good thinking you're on the right track. But the reality is that interest is calculated on the total amount owed, and with a high rate, your debt will grow faster than you can pay it off. I'll show you with a simple example so you can see clearly. The power of the credit score. Have you heard of the credit score? It is a number that banks and financial institutions use to determine how responsible you are with your money. It is like your financial reputation. It is a number that will decide whether you get a loan, a mortgage for a house, or even the rental conditions. Why is it important? If someday you want to buy a house, a car, or apply for a loan for your business, the bank will review your credit score. If it is low, they will deny the loan or offer it with a very high interest rate because they don't trust you. But if it is high, they will give you better conditions and you will pay less. It is the passport to financial freedom. And the good news is that your credit card, if used properly, is the best tool to build your score. Every time you use it and pay on time, your reputation improves. How to use your credit card like a pro. Here comes the main course. Now that you know the rules of the game, I will give you the strategy to always win. There are only 3 golden rules that will change your life. Rule number 1. Pay 100% of the balance, always. This is the key to the secret. If you pay 100% of what you spent before the due date, you will never, ever pay a single cent of interest. Use the card as a payment method, not as a loan. Rule number 2. Use no more than 30% of your credit limit. This is extremely important for your credit score. If your limit is $1,000, try not to spend more than $300. This tells the bank that you are responsible and that you don't need to spend all that is available to you. Your score will soar to the skies. Rule number 3. Take advantage of rewards. When you do all this, you're not only building a solid financial reputation, but you're also benefiting from all the perks the bank offers. Points, miles, cashback. Every time you make a purchase, the bank gives you a small percentage back. In this way, the bank pays you. The 5 most common mistakes and how to avoid them. I've already given you the rules. Now I'm going to tell you the most common traps you should avoid. 1. Paying only the minimum. This is the biggest trap there is. Don't fall for it. 2. Impulse buying. A credit card is not a license to buy what you can't pay for. If you don't have the money in your bank account to pay for something you purchase, don't buy it. 3. Using cash advances. Most cards allow you to withdraw cash from an ATM, but the fees and interest rates are very high. Don't do it. 4. Leaving the card unused. If you don't use it, you don't build a credit history. Use it for your daily expenses, like gas or food, and pay off the entire balance at the end of the month. 5. Not checking your statements. Review your transactions to detect charges you didn't make. It's your responsibility. Now you have the map, the compass, and the secret that no one had told you. The credit card is not a trap. It's a tool. And today, you have learned how to use it. Your challenge is this. Next month, use your credit card wisely. Spend only what you can pay off. And before the deadline, pay 100% of your balance. Just that. And watch how your financial life begins to change. If this video was helpful to you, share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell. And in the comments, tell me what was the most important idea you take away today. I read you. And always remember, control of your money is control of your life.